Let's analyze together what happened with Mara Holdings.
Let's see what's going on. First of all, remember to read the disclaimer right here and also in the description below. We're watching the daily time frame, and you can see right there Mara stock and also Bitcoin right there. Take a look at the latest movement, because we were talking in previous videos about the possible correlation of this asset with Bitcoin. Remember that they have a lot of Bitcoins indeed. So you can take a look at it. It was very correlated as Bitcoin was going to the lower side in the chart. Let's draw the line right there. You can see like the Mara price was very similar. And this last movement of Bitcoin, we can also see like Mara stock has gone higher, but not in the same percentage and with the same strength, I gotta say right there.
Yeah, at the beginning, we take a closer look. Well, actually, we zoom out and we see the data from 2021. And it's like we have the data that suggests that Mara is a better in terms of volatility, obviously, and in terms of performance as well. I mean, for the long term, Mara was better. In terms, for instance, we take data from 2020. 2000%, Bitcoin 780. But the thing right here in the last trend that we have in 2023, 2024 is like Mara has been, performing worse. And you can clearly see right here Bitcoin plus 300% since September 2022, and Mara only plus 70%. So that's a huge difference. So something has changed in the last 2 years.
Exactly. I'm looking at the last movement, since yeah, let me see the exact day, since the start of September more or less. And you can see like the Bitcoin price went higher 31% and Mara 23%. And if we go a little bit farther, you can see like the difference is bigger, like Bitcoin 20% and Mara minus 24% if we take it from the start, the middle July, sorry. And then if we go back to the start of 2024, that would be like the year to date of both companies, we have Mara minus 15% and Bitcoin plus 75%. So there is a correlation right there, but you can also see like the difference is huge. If you buy at different moments and sell at different ones, maybe you're right and you get the worst possible asset. And in the opposite sense also, those who bought Mara, as Alvaro mentioned it before 2021, compared to Bitcoin, they got better results in terms of percentage. But if you take a look at the latest price action, the opposite is also true. So very interesting to take that into account. And how do you see that? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, one of the problems we have is the last quarter, June 2024, it was like a net income of almost minus 200 million. And that's huge, because if you take into consideration what happened in the past, it's like the last 4 quarters were completely better in that sense. It's like in December 2023, plus 223 million, in March 2024, plus 337 million. So that's a huge difference, because when you go from positive net income to negative territory, this is when things get complicated. And right now, this is probably one of the reasons the stock is underperforming.
It's very, very interesting. Let me take out like the Bitcoin chart from here so we can put more detail in the Mara stock chart. And you can see the latest price action around this level. Let me draw like, in my opinion, this accumulation phase right here. Maybe it's not an accumulation period, but sometimes in trading books it's called like that. And you can see like the price seemed to have broken out of it from the lower side, but it bounced, in that kind of support level that we had with that white line. And you can see like from there, the price entered again into this territory right here, this kind of block. So how do you see these guys? Do you think the price of Mara will continue now that Bitcoin price has been going higher? Also, will reach again these higher levels in this kind of accumulation period? Or do you think we will see the breakout of this lower level and Mara will visit lower levels based on something that we don't know yet? Let us know in the comments everything you want to share about it.
Let's go to the forecast of Mara Holdings.
Let's see what's going on. Let's talk about it, Alvaro. What can you see right there?
We have an average of plus 6% according to 12 analysts from Wall Street. And the thing right here is like they have mixed opinions. That's probably one of the reasons is like the EPS forecast and revenue is completely mixed. We are talking about the next quarter. The estimate is worse than the previous ones, the last 3 ones. And then in terms of EPS, completely negative. And that's a problematic thing, in order to see a stock rebounding, skyrocketing, you need positive territory. And what we have here is like the estimates are completely negative, at least the next 3.
Yeah, it's very interesting, to see in the past, like the reported and the estimate have been almost impossible to predict, as you can see right there in the negative side and also in the positive side. So maybe that's why we have this completely mixed opinions between these 12 analysts. The minimum minus 38%, the maximum plus 38%, and the average just in the middle. How do you see that, guys?
They
Do
don't
you
have
think-
any idea.
Yeah, we could say that. So what do you think, guys? Do you think the bullish analysts, we could say, or the positive ones, will be right in this one? Do you think like the others will be right to the lower side, or the average ones, or a different opinion? Everything is welcome here. Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, interesting thing to see is like the revenue estimate that we have right here is like better every year, and then we have the EPS, and it's completely devastating. You know, negative territory in the next 3 years. That means, you know, when we have a company that is creating a better revenue, that is growing in terms of revenue but not in terms of EPS, that's not good. You know, it's like that's not good management.
It's very interesting, you know, from the fundamental side. This company, has always been. Yeah, we have the cat right there. They like particular stocks because they only appear in in concrete ones.
Yeah. Oh my god, we have a battle right there.
Yeah, the battle between bulls and bears as usual, but in this time with cats.
I think
going
this
back,
one is by Mara, and she's selling short.
we could say that one analyst to the upper part and the other to the lower side. And here in the chart from the technical side, I think it's very interesting this moment because Bitcoin has been going higher as we saw, and Mara stock didn't have that strength yet, at least from what we can see in the price action. Also, we have these possible support areas right here. Also, a lot of resistance in the upper part as we saw in the past, and maybe we see higher levels or lower ones because the beauty of this chart also to say so, like we were talking in October of 2021, the price of Mara was $83, and earlier in 2020, between March, April, it was below $1. So wow, completely different, you know.
Yeah, completely insane. What I would suggest, you know, in order to, we don't know exactly what's gonna happen. We can guess, you know. Obviously, what we can see from the chart is like we have like a top area right here when it was trading at $27, and that's the most risky one, you know, in terms of you wanna buy the stock and hold it. That's the worst scenario because normally it goes down afterwards, and then when we have this purple some sort of forecast line, that suggests that this is the best area to buy, you know, because we have a downtrend right there. So obviously if you buy, for instance, at that time in January 2024, the best moment was at $15. The next one in April 2024, it was at $14, and the last one in September, it was when it was trading at $13. So obviously if it goes below that area, the next would be like something around $12.50.
Very, very interesting. Let's go with the seasonal section because in this chart in Mara stock we have very interesting information. Since 2019, as usual, we like that data right there, and you can see in 2022 the percentage from the year-to-date perspective was minus 90%. In 2019, minus 42%. In 2024, minus 15%. This would be the current one in the negative territory. Wow. And then we have this completely insane 2021 200%, 2023 almost 600%, and 2020 almost 900%. Wow. How do you think the year to date of 2024 will end? Guys, let us know in the comments. How do you see Bitcoin also, the correlation between these two assets, and do you think like will this be a better option than Bitcoin or not, or different ideas? Share them with us in the comments below.
Thank you very much. Subscribe to NST to watch more content like this. Bye bye.
Love you. Take care.